All right, another video. Instead of the Soto collection, I'm going to show you the rest of my cards here. These are all PSA slabs. Just different cards that I like for different reasons. Some of these are cards that I had or wanted as a kid and couldn't get for whatever reason, and some of these are just cool ones. So there's a lot, so I'll go through these pretty quick. I'm not going to spend too much time, but this first one is it's called a tobacco card. So the first cards, not the very first ones, but early on, they were small little cards like this. These are called tobacco cards, and they didn't have names like Tops and companies like that. So T206 is the set name, and in the back of it, it's a Piedmont is the cigarette company. So these came in cigarettes, and they used to use these as a way to, hey, buy a tobacco and we'll give you a baseball card. And from there, it took off to a huge industry. So one of the earlier cards, PSA 2, as you can see, it's not very good condition because it's so old. This is probably from 1912, 1913, somewhere around there. Really old card, but just cool. I've never had a tobacco card, so I picked that one up. This is another one. These are all vintage cards. Vintage just means that they're older, right? So picked this up at a card show for like 20 bucks. No reason other than it was cheap and it was a cool card and relatively good condition for being 67 years old, however old this is. 54. I have no idea who this guy is, but just a cool card. So another vintage. These are getting from oldest to newest ones. So this guy's a Branch Rickey. This guy's pretty cool. So he actually is. He played a long time ago. Wasn't that good of a player, but he became a general manager. I think an owner of some teams. But his claim to fame was that he was the one that actually signed Jackie Robinson to his first big league contract and brought him into the major leagues. Jackie Robinson's black, probably know who he is. Had a lot of racism and it was a big stink when he, signing a black guy, you can't do that. And he figured, I don't care. He's a good player and I'm going to sign him. So Branch Rickey's a cool guy. Just a regular card of him when he's a GM, I guess, back in 1960. So. Another one of my favorite players, Roberto Clemente. I like him a lot. This number one because he's an overall good person, good player. So he hit 3,000 hits. He was really hit a lot of not a lot of home runs, but he played in parks that were huge. So if he would have played in parks today, he would have got a lot more home runs than he did. But he had a cannon for an arm, real fast, great player, good hitter overall, and overall nice guy. So one thing with him, he actually died in a plane crash. I think you probably know this. I showed you a video a long time ago. But there was an earthquake in Nicaragua, and he heard about people that were hijacking the food that was being sent there. So he decided, hey, I'm going to go there myself. They're not going to steal it if it's for me. So he went in on a bad plane that actually went down, and he died in a plane crash on Christmas Eve. Or no, sorry, New Year's Eve. So really sad ending. Super nice guy, great player. So Roberto Clemente. This card actually was on a card that I had as a kid. So card of a card, but this is the original from 1972, as you can see. Grade, again, 3.5, not great condition. Doesn't look too bad for 3.5, but the way they grade it's really, really anal about how they grade this stuff. I'm not going to go into all that, but good card. And this is his last card. So he died in 1973. So December 31st of this year, I guess he would have died there. This is his last card, and shows in the back all the stats and stuff and everything, and it shows his 3,000th hit. So that's the last hit he got on the very last game of his season. So again, sad story, good guy. One of my favorite players, him and Soto, I guess. 1975, still vintage, PSA 3, Robin Yount. This guy's a good player as well. This is one of the cards I wanted as a kid that I could never really get. And I actually got a coupon, $50 coupon for Fanatics Collect, which paid for like most of this. So if it was $50 gift card, the card probably cost $55 or $60. So use that to pick this one up. Another player I like a lot, Dale Murphy. Just again, I like players that are just overall nice guys for whatever reason. So again, super nice guy overall. This is his rookie card, and he autographed it and signed it. And again, PSA. They'll say this thing where it's PSA certified. That means they do signature authentication. They can tell if it's real or fake, and they'll certify it. So it's an authentic autograph from Dale Murphy. And I've got a few of his cards here. You'll see. This is, again, his second-year card. Not autographed, but PSA 8, a little better condition. He was a catcher, then he moved over to play outfield a few years later. So, again, just a nice guy. I like him as a player. That's Dale Murphy's 1978. And here is 1979. Again, PSA 7. This is another one I got from Fanatics Collect. They send me gift card coupons for whatever reason, $50, and I use them every time. So when I get them, I'll grab a card like this where it's okay, it's a cool card. I'll just, not super valuable. It's nice because I always wanted it or I like the player for whatever reason. So here's Dale Murphy's 1979, and here's his 1980. Again, no other reason. I would think I was going for trying to get all of his cards at some point from his rookie all the way to the current. Well, not current. He retired in '93, so I may do it at some point. But I stopped at 1980. So that's Dale Murphy. Another player I always liked as a kid, Nolan Ryan. Probably heard of his name. Super fast pitcher. He threw 100 miles an hour back when no one did that. Nowadays they do it, and it's almost common. But they did some analysis. I saw a documentary where they did some analysis on his pitches, and they say that his throw actually was more than 100. I've seen reports of it being like 106, which would be the fastest pitch ever thrown. So, but again, back then when the radar gun first came out, they didn't have the best technology, so they couldn't have been as accurate as it could be today. But again, cannon for an arm. He's a pitcher, cool player. So I have his. I'll show you another one here in a little bit. Tony Gwynn. This guy is an awesome hitter. Like, he never struck out. He put bat on ball and hit the ball hard, and 300 hitter and really good overall. I think there's some crazy stat where there's like the 3 best pitchers in the 90s, and he never struck out. Like, out of, let's say, 3,000 strikeouts, he would have, I don't know. I don't have the stat. I got to find it, but look him up. Tony Gwynn, awesome hitter, and this is his rookie card. This is one I always wanted as a kid and never had. Darryl Strawberry, another rookie card of his back in '83. If you notice the Soto video, I mentioned the '83 design. Again, it's a picture here, then it has his batting stance in the main part. Darryl Strawberry is another favorite player of mine as a kid. Power hitter, skinny guy, but as you can see, but really strong power hitter. He had a lot of trouble in his career, so when he got into the mid-90s and later, and even during this time, I would imagine, big on drugs and alcohol and women and things like that, and he got in a lot of trouble. Good thing is he turned his life around, so now today he's a pastor. He's repented and doing a lot of good work for the Lord. So I like Darryl Strawberry a lot, especially now that he's got his life together. So happy for him. The other card I always wanted as a kid, never had, Don Mattingly, rookie card. Don Mattingly played for the Yankees. He's captain of the Yankees, captain of the team. Usually are like a veteran player, a little older, just a leader in the team. Usually they're pretty good, not always. In this case, he's a good hitter as well. Not as good as Tony Gwynn or Darryl Strawberry, but overall, solid player. Played 15 years for the Yankees, and a card I never had as a kid, so I have it now. Another one, never had as a kid. Dwight Gooden played for the Mets along with Darryl Strawberry. They played during the same years. They were good friends, and they also had similar issues where, again, drugs and alcohol. I think he's also clean now today. He's not a passer, but he's clean today as well, so again, happy for him. He's able to turn his life around. But he was a badass pitcher. He just, especially his first 2 years, I think, I forget his stats. Look it up if you want, but he just had a ton of strikeouts, low ERA, which means he didn't get scored on a lot. So, again, cool player and card I always wanted. Mark McGwire, I may have had this as a kid, I'm not sure, but I have it now just to make sure, but I always have it, these cards slabbed just so they're protected, and I like the PSA labels and all that stuff. So you'll notice a lot of these are PSA 8s and above. Again, I try to get as high as a grade as I can for what I can afford, or want to pay for at least. So again, power hitter. Big thing with McGwire, if you ever heard or follow baseball at this point, he was big in the steroid era. So back in the 90s, they had a lot of players that were taking steroids when they shouldn't have done that, and he messed up his career. He could have been in the Hall of Fame, and there's all kinds of controversy around that. I'm not going to get into it, but Mark McGwire is a good player, and card I always liked as a kid. Mark McGwire's teammate. This guy is a poster child for steroids. Jose Canseco. So him and McGwire did all kinds of steroids during the 80s and 90s, apparently. Again, cool player, power hitter. It's always fun watching baseball, watching home runs. So home run hitters like McGwire and Canseco here are always cool to watch. So again, this is 186 Donruss is how you pronounce it, I think. I don't think I had this as a kid. Always wanted it, and I'm older, so I have it now. Same year, same brand, 86 Donruss. Fred McGriff played for the Blue Jays. He's in the Hall of Fame now. Not a power hitter, solid hitter. He hit 300, did really good. Again, this card mostly like because I like the player, but also again he's just a nice guy from what I've heard. So I always like these nice players that are just nice. So this one is a PSA 9. This guy is the best athlete to ever play in modern era, in my opinion. Bo Jackson played professional football and baseball. If you think about how hard it is to get at the professional level in any sport, let alone two of them, and be good at both of them, just amazing. Just super athlete. This is his rookie card, PSA 8. This is Topps traded. What the way they do it is Topps will have a Topps brand and then Topps traded. So Topps will come out during the year, and usually in the fall or after the trade deadline, if players change teams, or in this case rookies come up from the minors, they'll have a set called Topps traded, and it's a newer version of any new players that may have come up or triple traded. So that's Bo Jackson. Here's Dale Murphy again. Again, just a cool classic card I always saw. I think the box for this is 88 Donruss. The box had him on the cover, but it's a classic picture of him standing there. Again, autographed, so I like that one too. Authentic auto. So there's Dale Murphy. Here's Dale again. This card, when I started collecting cards as a kid, I always liked this, again, the player. And this card I carried it around everywhere with me. The version I had was all beat up. So I got this one just because, again, this is literally my favorite card as a kid, I think. And again, I got it graded 9, autographed. So I may go back and finish in this Dale Murphy collection at some point. But again, literally my favorite card as a kid was this one. So this guy, Tino Martinez, he's played for a bunch of teams. Played for the Yankees in the late 90s when he won a bunch of championships. Not in the Hall of Fame or anything, but he's a solid player overall. Always got the job done. Hit home runs when he needed to. And again, autographed. It says here ITP. It means in the presence of. So there was someone from PSA on that date, 4/24/22, where he's at an event, I guess, and he signed it right in front of them. So they just slabbed it and say, yep, authentic. I saw the guy sign it. It's not fake. So that's that one. This guy, Jim Abbott, has one hand. So when people talk about, I can't do this, I can't do that, he played professional baseball and was good with one hand. So the way he did it was, you'll see he has the left hand there. His right hand is the one that's missing. So it's a birth defect, but he'll have the glove on his nub hand, I guess. He'll throw it with his left hand. As soon as he lets go of the ball, he grabs his glove and fields it. So, again, awesome pitcher. He actually hit a home run or two, I think, so which is kind of cool. So if you want to YouTube that, I'm sure it's out there somewhere if you're interested. But Jim Abbott, it's a good story of how, never quit and you can do whatever you want. Just got to try. Frank Thomas, again, it's the 1990s. This is around the era, or I started collecting back in 87, I think, 88, somewhere around there. Another card I always wanted as a kid, never had it back then. This was one of the expensive cards. It's probably like $10, $12. Again, that's nothing these days, but this is a Hall of Famer, power hitter, good player for the White Sox for several years. So just a cool card I always wanted. And here's Nolan Ryan again. Stadium Club, the big thing with Stadium Club, the brand, it's a sub-brand of Topps, you'll see. The big thing with them is this brand is that they focus on photography. So you'll notice a lot of Stadium Club cards with cool photography or weird poses where he's in a tux and his hat. Just something fun, but photography is the main thing of it. This is kind of a classic card from the 90s, so I just wanted to pick it up. Again, PSA 9. Michael Jordan, sure you know this name. He played baseball, if you didn't know, for a little while. He played in the minor leagues. Wasn't good enough to play in the majors, but he had a few cards, and this is one of his first. 91 Upper Deck was the name of the company. It's a big company in the early 90s, mid-90s. So it's a cool one. It's another classic short print card. He says SP1, the short print one. So it's a cool card of him. Another one of my favorite players, Cal Ripken Jr. This guy, nickname is the Iron Man because he played in like 2,630 something games, I forget. But again, to number one, make it to the major leagues, to be good enough to play every year for 14, 15 years consecutively. He played more than that, but 14 years consecutively. Not miss a game. Think about how many times this guy must have been hurt, sore, banged up over the course of a 162 game season. It's a real testament to work ethic. So this is 1992 Topps. That year they had special cards that had gold foil on the bottom here. So you'll see his name and the team name is in gold. So again, not crazy valuable. Again, classic card. The thing about these cards in the 90s, it's called a junk wax era. So not getting into it much, but a lot of these cards, these in particular, in the 90s, were printed to the moon. So these aren't really valuable. It's mostly just iconic cards from when I was a kid. So And Cowherkin is a player I always liked. So this one, Derek Jeter, is another classic card from the '90s. Mentioned Don Mattingly was the captain of the Yankees, and he was a captain of the Yankees later on. So in the 2000s and late '90s, I think he was captain of the Yankees. Awesome player, 3,000 plus hits. This card is notoriously hard to grade. This is a PSA 7. This is relatively high grade for some of these. This is there's a foil material on the card. You can't see it really, but because it's foil, it's easy to scratch. A lot of times it got stuck to another card, so you very rarely see anything above a PSA 9. PSA 10s are out there, but they're an insane amount of money, which I do not want and will never pay. A 7 is good enough for me. So again, this is a rookie card, first year, Derek Jeter, classic card from the '90s. One of Jeter's good friends growing up, and you're younger at least, is Alex Rodriguez, another awesome player, power hitter. They're a year apart. They were good friends when they were this age. I think later on, when they were in their 20s or 30s, late 20s, 30s, they had a little rift between them where they weren't like enemies. They didn't hate each other, but they weren't friendly like they used to be. And nowadays, this is 2026, they're friends again. So, good player. Rookie card of Alex Rodriguez. Again, that same SP foil. SP is a sub brand of that Upper Deck one that you saw earlier. So here's Cowherkin, cool card, 96. Just depicts the night he broke the record. The record he broke was for this guy named Lou Gehrig. Gehrig played in 2,130 games. This is 2,131. I actually saw this game live on TV. Really cool if you want to YouTube it. When he broke the record after the 6th inning, I think it was, they had a big hoopla and celebration, which is really cool. Again, good guy overall, hard worker. So cool card. Most people's favorite player in the '90s was Ken Griffey Jr. Again, not a big guy, but hit a ton of home runs. He's in the Hall of Fame. I think he hit 630 home runs, something like that. He could have hit 800. He lost a lot of time due to injury, which is sad because, again, during his steroid age, he didn't take any steroids. All his accomplishments are honest, right? So I like these cards because they have a game used fabric, jersey, or pants or something like that. The thing you always watch with these game used relics, especially these days, it's not really game used. If you look at the back nowadays, it'll say not from any particular game, season, or event, which I always take to mean that could be it's not rag, the third base coach used, for all I know, right? But these mid-'90s Upper Deck cards, you'll see at the bottom where it says, actually, in front of this card, authentic piece of jersey used by Ken Griffey Jr. in an official Major League game. So this is a real, legit jersey that he wore in a game, not one of the minor ones, or the modern ones that aren't really real. Some are. He's got to be very careful about how you read the wording and how they word it. They'll word it in a way to make you think it's real, but it's not. So these are legit. I only collect relics that are actually used in real games. So in addition to that one, speaking of relics, Babe Ruth. Everyone knows who Babe Ruth is. This is a real piece of a bat used by Babe Ruth in the game. And again, if you go to the back, it's not ambiguous in the wording. It says clear as day. On the front of this card is an authentic piece of bat used by Babe Ruth in an official Major League game. So, not a fake relic. This is a real cool thing here. So, I got that one. More relics you'll see here. Nolan Ryan again and Pedro Martinez. Again, both awesome pitchers. Pedro Martinez played for Boston. Was a little guy, maybe 5'10", but like skinny, 150 pounds. But he, again, awesome pitcher, threw it hard, a lot of movement on it. Just a great pitcher. So, again, I'm not going to go through the back. These are all official game used pieces of jersey or pants or something from Martinez and Nolan Ryan. Albert Pujols, he came up in 2001, I think it was. So 2001, 2021, somewhere around there. Played about 20 years. Another power hitter, awesome guy, really nice guy outside the field. Again, another game used relic, game used jersey probably. Right, my favorite team is the Nats, and this guy is Steven Strasburg. I wasn't watching baseball a lot during this time period, 2010, 2018, really. But he was an awesome pitcher. If you YouTube his first Major League debut, he was highly touted coming out of the minors, coming out of college. He was the first player picked overall. And in his very first game, he struck out 14 people, which is insane. Just kind of, enhanced the hype that came around with his name there, but he did really good. This is his rookie card, PSA 10. This one, Cody Bellinger. No reason. I got this other particular other than it was free. Again, one of those $50 Fanatic Collect coupons I had. I couldn't find anything else I wanted, so I had to grab this one because it was $50. Again, Cool card though, Prism Refractor. So again, the refractor refracts light. Prism, it has different colors in it, so it's kind of cool. Other than that, and this guy actually played for his dad played for the Yankees in the '90s when they won all the championships. So this is his son. His dad's name was Clay Bellinger. And this is Cody. All right, for the Yankees, this guy is huge, literally and figuratively. Aaron Judge, so a big home run hitter for the Yankees. He's 6'7", like giant man. Again, super nice guy. I always go back to this theme of I don't know why I like baseball players and athletes in general. They're just nice. I guess with all the money and fame they have, they could do whatever they want. But some of these guys are just genuinely nice people. So when I can get cards like that of people I like, I try to do it. So Aaron Judge, a cool player. Rookie card, is again a pink refractor. There's different colors in each refractor these days, so you'll see pink, greens, blues, whatever. So PSA 10. Another Aaron Judge, second year card. Again, it's that same 83 tops, same style of picture here and the bigger picture there. Again, this is a refractor, looks like. That's the light. And again, that chrome finishing where it's nicer and shiny. So this guy is the best player to ever play the game, literally. So Shohei Ohtani, he's a pitcher and a batter. So again, not only to play a professional sport, to play it good, and he plays both positions at an elite level. Like he's an elite Cy Young style pitcher. As we're recording this in May of 26, he's got the lowest ERA he could legitimately win the Cy Young. He's won 3 MVPs already. Again, just lethal at the bat, monster home runs, like 500-foot home runs. Like this guy needs to be studied. But this is his rookie card. Again, 83 style that I like. And this is Chrome, Shohei Ohtani. Most of the cards I buy are just for my personal collection. A few of these are just ones that I buy just for investment. This is one where it's relatively cheap. Again, Shohei Ohtani and Ichiro. Ichiro is a hitter from he played in late 90s, early 2000s. Awesome hitter. Both are from Japan. So just a cool card. Japan's finest. Again, it's not a rookie card for him, but it's relatively cheap. And these days, anything with Ohtani's worth a lot of money. So picked it up just for the hell of it, just to see if I can make some money later on. But overall, it's a cool card. And I've got 2 of them. PSA 10s, same card. This guy is the best closer that ever played the game. So Mariano Rivera, he really had one pitch. He threw a cutter, or basically he threw a pitch that would cut inside to lefties, and this guy broke so many bats. Every batter knew what was coming, and they could not hit it. So awesome pitcher, and the cool signature too. How long it takes this guy to write this signature must be crazy, but cool signature. Sorry, I got a spill going with my cards over here for a second. All right, another modern pitcher, Paul Skeens. This guy is relatively new. He went to LSU. Drafted number 1 overall. Another amazing pitcher. Big guy. I think he's like 6'6", which is funny because his girlfriend's a gymnast and his girlfriend's like probably 4 foot something. So seeing them next to each other is kind of funny. But awesome pitcher. Graded PSA against. They can grade the card and or the autograph. Sometimes they'll grade just the card. This one's both. So the card itself is a PSA 8. Not perfect, but still pretty good condition. And this is a 10 autograph, whatever reason. I need to find out how they grade these autos, but Paul Skeens, great pitcher, cool card. Paul O'Neill. I used to watch baseball in the 90s. This guy was one of the big players. Again, not a Hall of Famer, but it's like Tino Martinez, one of those solid players that always did well. Big part of the reason why these Yankees won the World Series all these years. And again, cool signature. This is 89 style card design, so I was big into cards back in 89, so it's cool to have him on a 89 card with an autograph. So next up is a young kid, Elly De La Cruz. Again, this is 2026, so he's been playing for a couple years. Really fun to watch. Good hitter, power hitter, fast as hell. So he'll steal a ton of bases. So just a cool player. And I like these sepia cards too. So refractors now these days, all different kinds. This is a sepia refractor. It's kind of different color, so I like that. So I picked that one up in a PSA 9. This is his rookie card. This is RC. All right, Paul Skeens again. This is another different refractor. This is what they call a Ray Wave. I can see the waves in the back. Again, just a cool card on a player that I like and a rookie, so I picked it up. This is Roberto Clemente again. Obviously, he's been gone for a long time, but still has cards coming out. This is a cool heavy lumber. So this is you can't feel it through here. I've got some other ones that are outside, but this is a wood style card. The picture kind of, I guess, engraved in there. And the back is a regular material. But the front of it's wood, so they call it heavy lumber. This is a cool card. Again, Clemente is a great player, nice guy. Here's Ichiro. Mentioned it before. This is a different style card. This is the 1990 version. So 1990 Topps cards looked like this. He wasn't playing then, but again, they're trying to make different ways of making different cards. It's the 35th anniversary, so every year they'll do a 35th anniversary version. So Ichiro, you'll see at the back here his stats if you can see it. 3,089 hits. So he played in Japan for several years before coming to the United States. So if he had 3,089 hits here in Japan, he had another 1,000. So say 4,000 hits. Again, this guy could hit anything, just like Tony Gwynn. So good, solid player, cool guy. All right, getting into football a little bit. Warrick Dunn. This guy is a running back for Tampa Bay and a few other teams. Again, go back with the nice guy theme. He has a program where it's called Homes for the Holidays. What he does, he has a foundation where he'll basically put down a down payment for a house. The family that gets a house has to help build it, kind of like Homes for Humanity kind of thing. He'll do all that stuff. He'll furnish the house with everything from toothbrushes to furniture to appliances and family in need. He'll go through and give them all that stuff to get them a nice, decent house. And they can be homeowners, because when you're a homeowner, you can have some equity and help get your life set up pretty well if you can manage it right. So again, super nice guy, good running back, fun to watch. This is again another one of his game used jerseys. So again, stuff here, these are real game used. These aren't the fake ones that came out later on. So work done again. Again, just a kind of a Panini Unparalleled. This is the name of the card, but his autograph. The one thing you'll notice about autographs, you'll see this is a sticker here, right? I prefer on-card autographs versus stickers. But this one, I got it years ago and I didn't care at the time. So I may upgrade it and get it on card at some point. But again, work done, just overall nice guy. So Terry McLaurin with the Redskins, wide receiver. This is rookie card in 2019. 2026, he's still here. Just for all the bad years that the team has had, he's been one of the bright spots. Again, nice guy overall, of course, outside the field. Good player on the field. Just an overall good guy. Leader in the clubhouse or locker room. So McLaurin's rookie year and PSA 10. We finally had a good team in 2024 because this guy, Jaden Daniels, quarterback, had awesome year. Story behind this card is cool. So I had this is YouTube channel that I follow called Western New York Cards, and the guy that runs the channel is a really nice guy. So he had mentioned some card that he likes, James Wood, as a player he collects. So I sent him a James Wood card that had a relic, and he's really appreciative and said, let me pay for this. I'm like, no, don't pay for it. It's a gift. So he insisted on sending me something, so he sent me this card. So again, just a nice gesture on his part. Didn't need to do that, but appreciate it. And again, Jaden Daniels, awesome player for the Commanders. Jaden Daniels again. This is when he was in college. Draft picks. He played for LSU, same team as Paul Skeens that I mentioned. So again, just a cool looking card from his college years. So, and then Tiger Woods. Probably heard about him. Not big on golf. I don't follow golf, but I heard of Tiger Woods. So I figured this is his rookie card, PSA 8. Figured why not. So here's Tiger Woods. All right. So those are my cards. So let me know if you have any questions.